he is really proceeding to glorify Lord Nityananda Prabhu. So, who is Lord Krishna? Lord Krishna is the fountainhead of all the incarnations. So this is something that we have to understand is Lord Krishna is not avatar. He is avatari. All the incarnations actually coming from Bhagavan, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna only. So also this says that Tanhara Dvitiya Deha Sri Balarama. So Balarama is Bhagavan's another body only. Body means not like the way that we say that we are in our body, but this is divine body. This is spiritual dimension we are talking about. So in a way to understand, it says that Lord Balaram is another body of Krishna. And then these two are one and the same identity. They differ only in form. Lord Balarama is the first bodily expansion of Krishna, and he assists in Sri Krishna's transcendental pastime. So that is where I think I have a slide there. So let me see what that is going to come. Okay, there you go. So this slide is really the heart of it. Okay, so we are having Caitanya Caritamrta. There you go. Okay, Caitanya Caritamrta. Okay, here I think throughout this particular the chapter, it is really going into much more detail. This diagram, again, we have used this for many occasions. It will be very, very handy to really use it. So Balaram is a Swamsa expansion of Lord. Lord means Lord Krishna here. So these two, Balaram and Krishna, is identical. They are saying that it's the same identity, only thing is the difference is in the form. And Lord Balaram is the very first bodily expansion of Krishna, and he assists in the Lord Krishna's transcendental pastimes. But anyway, because he is talking about Nityananda Prabhu and Balaram, that's why he is actually talking about that side, what you see. But actually from Krishna also came Radharani. So Balaram and Radharani. And then Radharani also the one who really supplied, all the Dwaraka queens, and then all the Lakshmis in all the Vaikuntha lokas, and primarily gopis. Okay, that you see, I used a different color so that to understand. But today we are going to see more time on the left side. So that's Balaram is an expansion of Lord Krishna. He is like another spiritual body of Krishna. And what is the main function of Balaram is he is the one who is going to assist the pastimes of Lord Krishna. So this is something very, very important. Then he also came along with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Whenever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes are manifested, so he actually also comes as he is none other than Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Okay, so we will continue reading, and we will also keep an eye on that corresponding the diagram to understand more. So it is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Chaitanya Lord Krishna in the mood of Radharani, that we know, and he is saying the same thing in the next text. And text 7 is going there. May that Sri Nityananda Rama be the object of my constant remembrance. Sankarshana, Sheshanaga, and the Vishnus who lie on the Karna ocean, Garbha ocean, and the ocean of milk are his plenary portions, and the portions are his plenary portions. Okay? And so Lord Balarama is the original Sankarshana. That is the thing we have to understand. Okay. Okay, please mute your phones. And he himself helps in the pastimes of Lord Krishna, and he does the work of creation in 4 other forms. What are those 4 other forms? It is coming. So various ways he is actually appearing there. And there Balaram always becomes always with Krishna when they do the Braja Leela, and also in the Chaitanya Leela, he actually comes as Nityananda Prabhu and always assisting again. So this is his main kind of a seva. So he is seva. So Balaram is none other than, he is manifestation. The reason of manifestation is to do seva to Krishna. So now he is talking about text number 13 is, I surrender unto the lotus feet of Sri Nityananda Rama, who is known as Sankarshana in the midst of the Chatur Vyuha. What is the Chatur Vyuha? That is what we are actually seeing there in the diagram. Vasudeva, Moola Sankarshana, Pratyumna, and Aniruddha. So that is exactly the text number 13 is saying. Vasudeva, Sankarshana, this Sankarshana is Moola Sankarshana. In the first Chatur Vyuha, the Sankarshana who is Balaram coming here is actually Moola Sankarshana. So he possesses, that Balaram possesses full opulences and resides in Vaikunta Loka, far beyond the material creation. So basically, if you see that Vaikunta in the sense, Vaikunta is also a name given to all, including Goloka also, sometimes they say Vaikunta, but to differentiate, they say this is higher, beyond Vaikunta is actually the right way to say. But in general, it's also actually considered as everything, Vaikunta in the sense, everything, completely, all the spiritual dimension above Shiva Loka. And now the beyond the material nature, so now you can see the right side of the chart. If you see the right side, there you see Mahamaya. So this Mahamaya is pertaining to the material worlds. So Mahamaya is none other than reflected Yogamaya. So if you see the picture again, so I am putting that in the Yogamaya, who is actually an expansion from Radharani, and that Yogamaya then gets reflected in the Brahma Jyoti, and it is reflected on the material world as Mahamaya, Durga Devi. Okay. So this is the text 14 is we're talking about. Then, in the highest region of that spiritual sky is the spiritual planet called Krishna Loka. Okay, Krishna Loka. Actually, Prabhupada used to mostly term as Krishna Loka. So this is also in general called as Goloka. But this Krishna Loka, or called this Goloka, actually has Dwaraka, Madura, and Gokul. And the Gokul is again inside. If you really go there, again there are two compartments, Swaitadvipa and then Golaka Vrindavan. Okay? So this Gokul is also called Braj. Goloka, then also Swaitadvipa and Vrindavana, so many names they used to call. They are all referring to that topmost spiritual dimension that you see on the picture on the right. So like the transcendental body of Lord Krishna, Gokula is all pervading, infinite and supreme. Because in the spiritual dimension there is no limitation of space, kala or time. See, these are all missing there. So okay, so this space, time or kala, or these are not there in the spiritual dimension. So it's beyond. Okay, now it is proceeding and says that Chindamani Bhumi means there also is like our planet in some way. But our planet is actually made of sand and dirt and all those stones and all those. But there the land is made of touchstone, that is Chindamani. The land there is touchstone, Chindamani Bhumi. It has so many desert trees, Kalpa Vriksha Maya Vana. So the forest there, that the Maya Vana, the Vana has Kalpa Vriksha, that is desert trees. And material eyes see it as an ordinary place, which they are talking about here. They are talking about Goloka or Goloka Vrindavan, even the also the Vrindavan that we really have here, Braj Bhumi. It's a manifestation of that Goloka Vrindavan. But not everybody will be able to see the real dimension of these Golaka Vrindavan. So that is difficult. That only very high advanced devotees will be able to perceive all these things. So that's why it's saying, Charma Saksha Deke Tare Prapanchera Sama. These material eyes see it as ordinary place. So that is the problem. So that is our problem, our defect. But with eyes of love for Godhead, one can see its real identity as the place where Lord Krishna performs his pastimes with the cowherd boys and cowherd girls, gopas and gopis. And here all Shindamani, Prakara, Satmasu, Kalpa Vriksha. So we are really bringing from the Brahma Samhita, it's also describing about that Goloka and also the Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, who is residing with all the gopis and gopas, playing with gopis and everything. So I worship that Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor, who is tending cows, yielding all desires in abodes built with spiritual gems, and surrounded by millions of purpose trees. He is always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds and thousands of goddesses of fortune. See, that's so now Vaikunda is where all the goddesses, the goddess of fortune, that means Lakshmis are there. So now if you see the right side of the first segment, where Radharani is shown as the expansions coming from Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, you have 3 arrows going. These are the things that it is getting described. The 3 arrows are, the rightmost, there are gopis. So what it is talking about, that in the that's the sloka that we talked about, is the middle one. That is actually from Radharani comes all the Lakshmis. Then second one is Dwaraka queens. Dwaraka queens are higher than these Vaikunda Lakshmis, of which that for the Sriman Narayan, that is Mahalakshmi, and also different other Lakshmis are also there, because you have Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu, Kishorokdari Vishnu, they all have Lakshmis too. But Mahalakshmi is only Vaikunda Lord Narayana. So that is also supplied by Srimati Radharani. So if we see the 3 arrows, this is very important to understand. Radharani he is manifesting as three forms. Dwaraka Queen, gopis, then Dwaraka queens and Lakshmis, in that order of superiority. Okay, most superior is the gopis, then the Dwaraka queens, and then comes Lakshmis. Okay. Now let us see the left side again, so a little more clearly. Vasudeva Sangarshana Pratyumna Aniruddha Sarva Satur Vyuha Amsi Turiya Vishuddha. So Vasudeva, Sangarshana, Pradyumna and Aniruddha are the primary quadruple forms, from whom all the other quadruple forms are manifested. See, they are talking about quadruples here. See, we see there are how many kinds of quadruples that we are talking about. So first, Balaram actually expands into first quadruple expansion as Vasudeva, Mula Sankarshan, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. That is one. But then again, they also they are really doing again further expansion. So these expansions are, one on the left side, what you see is, Vasudeva becomes Lord Rama, Mula Sankarshana becomes Lakshmana, and Pratyumna becomes Bharata, and Aniruddha becomes Chaturghana. So they all there in the Sakets, that is that Ram Parivar they are. Then also Vasudeva becomes Dwaraka Krishna in Dwaraka, and also Mula Sankarshana becomes Dwaraka Balaram. Then Pratyumna comes as son of Dwaraka Krishna, and Aniruddha comes as grandson of Dwaraka Krishna. So here if you see, you already have again quadruple expansions happening. So that's what he is talking about. See, other quadruple forms are manifested. See, that's the key. They are all purely transcendental. Okay, so first quadruple expansion is that you see Vasudeva, Mula Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. But again you have how many? 3 again. But three in the sense, in the first Chatur Yuga itself, you have two of them coming there. One for the Saket, for Lord Ram Parivar, and the other one for the Dwaraka. Okay, so there two happens right there. Then one more, which is really called second Chatur Yuga, is again Vasudeva, Mahashankarshan and Pratimuna and Aniruddha. This Vasudeva is that Vaikuntha Lord Narayana. But people actually talk about Narayana is, from whom only Krishna came. But that's not the Shastra says. Because this is the whole world is cheated. Because worldly, in the whole world, you see 90% or more than that is karmis. For karmis cannot really grasp the absolute truth. So it is very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. So this is the truth. Clearly says that. All the Shastra saying. But these people will not read all those. That is the problem. So anyway, this Vaikuntha Lord Narayana is none other than the second Sadurviga expansion of Balaram, of course, who also comes in the Brajalila, when Swayam Bhagavan Krishna comes down to Goloka Vrindavan to really perform the pastime. Balaram also comes as a Gopa. And also he himself also, he's also manifests as even the Manjari, Anaga Manjari. So like that, he is engaged in serving this Lord Narayana or Krishna in various, these different forms. The Mahashankarshana, who is actually the replica coming from, Chaturvyuha coming from Mula Sankarshan, is Mahavishnu and Sadashiva. So that is how they get manifested. They get expanded. And then Pratimana becomes Garbhodaya Vishnu, Aniruddha becomes Kshiropadaya Vishnu. This is the second level. First level, Pratima is a son of Dwaraka Krishna. Then Aniruddha, in the first Chaturvyuha, becomes the grandson of Dwaraka Krishna. But here, if you really see the second Chaturvyuha, which corresponds to Mahasankarshan for Mula Sankarshana, he becomes Mahavishnu and Sadashiva. And then Pratimana becomes Garbhodaya Vishnu, Aniruddha becomes Kshiropadaya Vishnu, who is Paramatma. He is the one who actually has the milk ocean. And when any like on the earth, when some problem happens, and they all go to the Kshiropadaya Vishnu to report the problem. He further transmits the information to all the way to Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, all the way go there, and then finally the response comes. That is what he used to convey to Brahma or Shiva and all those who really came to really for any help. So this is the way the communication actually works there. But most important one is, remember always, Vaikuntha Lord Narayana is the second Chaturvyuha expansion called Vasudeva. Okay. So for Vaikuntha Lord Narayana, you need, that's Mahalakshmi. Mahalakshmi is actually coming from Radharani's manifestation. So Mahalakshmi actually becomes a consort of Vaikuntha Lord Narayana. And then Mahalakshmi again, she really expands that into indirectly, we are again coming from Radharani only, Ramadevi and Parvati. So Ramadevi is the consort of Mahavishnu. Many people think that's also like Lakshmi or something. No, it's Ramadevi. Mahavishnu's consort is Ramadevi. And Sadashiva's consort is Parvati. And then Garbhodaya Vishnu and Kshiropadaya Vishnu, there is no special name given to those Lakshmis. They are normally termed as Lakshmi of Garbhodaya Vishnu or Lakshmi of Kshiropadaya Vishnu. And they are all coming from Radharani. So Radharani is the source for all those. Okay, so this is the text number 24, which is talking about these Chaturvyuha expansions actually. It is very, very summarized, but I have really put the thing on the graphics so that you can understand that more in depth. Now, only in these three places, what are the three places? Dwaraka, Madura and Goloka. This is the place Lord Krishna is actually performing these endless sweet pastimes with his personal associates. But in the Vaikuntha planets of the spiritual sky, the Lord manifests as identity as Lord Narayana and performs pastimes in various ways. But you have to understand that it is not the place where all the pastimes of the Goloka or Goloka Vrindavan, those are happening there. No, there is nothing there. Because people are thinking, oh yeah, Krishna came from Lord Narayana, that means if we go to Vaikunta, then they, I can play with the cowherd or something. No, it's not the way. But in fact, then one case where Lord Narayana had to really satisfy Gopakumar when he was tracing, and he really turned into the Gopa Krishna, and then he was really trying to really go with the cowherding, but Gopakumar was not happy because the mood was different. Lord Narayana's mood is different. When gopis actually came out from the rasa dance, Krishna came out from the rasa dance, and then he wanted to hide himself from all the gopis. What did he do? Because he was fine, because he was actually, he wanted to, he did this because of some reason, but then all of a sudden all the gopis are searching for him, and then he just sitting there, and he wanted to hide himself, but there was no time. So what did he do? He manifested himself as four-handed Narayana. But gopis didn't have any interest in even talking further. So they were asking, oh, this Lord Narayana, they offered the obeisance. They were asking, where did Krishna go? So they are attracted to the Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, not to Lord Narayana. This is something that we have to understand, not Lord Narayana. So here, there, in the Goloka, higher dimension, Krishna has only two hands. But in the form of Lord Narayana, he has four hands. Also, Lord Narayana actually holds a conch shell, a disc, club, and a lotus flower. And he is of great opulence. And also there, Lord Narayana is also not only with like Sri, of course, Sri, Bhu and Neela. So he has three consorts, not only just Mahalakshmi. He also has Bhu and Neela also. So, so that's what he is saying here. In the Ramanuja and Madhva sects, Vaishnavism, there are extensive description of the Sri, Bhu and Neela energies. Okay. So, anyway, in Bengal, the Neela energy is sometimes called as Leela energy. But anyway, so that is the aspects of the Vaikunta Lord Narayana. Okay. And we continue. And, why all the manifestations and avatars that are coming down, he is saying that he is glorifying that because these are the, Bhagavan wants to give mercy and deliver. In order to deliver the fallen living entities, he gives four kinds of liberations: Salokya, Samipya, Sarshti and Sarupya. Salokya, Samipya, Sarshti, Sarupya prakara, chari mukti diya kare, jivera nishtara. So, these are all the avatars, so far all the manifestations. They all deliver the fallen living entities by offering them these four kinds of liberation. Salokya means, Sa means equal. Lokya means same loka. That means whatever the loka that Lord Narayana is saying, which is Vaikunta loka, they will be also living there somewhere, but not very near. They will be living somewhere near, so somewhere there in the it's like if you really go, for example, India, you have Prime Minister is living or President, he is living in one place, but we are living in Kanyakumari all the way very very far away. But we say we are also in India. The same way they live somewhere, but the thing is how many people really go there and then see Prime Minister often? No. That is the same kind of relation they also go. So those who really got the Salokya, they are enjoyers actually. But they are not like as bad as the sense enjoyers in the material world, but they are enjoying. But once in a while they really go. Everybody will have an aeroplane. They start the aeroplane and then they really go to see Lord Vaikunta, who will give blessing from far away. Oh yes, all Sarva Mangalam, always, he gives the blessings. and then they come back and then they happily enjoying again. Because they have these kalpavriksha is there, no? Kalpavriksha, the desire trees, whatever you ask, you will get it. So then why do they need Lord Narayana? Most of the time the kalpavriksha itself will be actually giving whatever they really wanted. So why to really go there all the way and then to really meet Lord Narayana? So they don't go all the time. That is why sa lokya. They are in the lokya. They are in the loka, but somewhere, usually far away. These are the kind of liberation that Lord Narayana or Vishnu, all or even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna also can give these kind of things very easily. Yeah, go there and then okay, all right. Then you don't have to worry about anything else. You happily live there. And Lord Narayana will actually take care of you completely and you will be always happy. That is alokya. Samipya means, samipya means samibam. Samipya means near. So rather than salokya, those liberated souls, here samipya means they are actually living closer. It is like, compared to salokya living in Kanyakumari, away from the President of India. So this Samipya means you are living in Delhi itself. Yeah, you are very nearby. So that means in Delhi not everybody is going to see, but they are nearby. They are actually Samipya. But they can really go and then meet. So in Vaikuntha it is possible. They are very nearby and they also used to visit often. Then another one is, there are also another kind of mukti, that is sarshti. Sarshti means same opulence as the Lord. Because Lord has 4 hands, very, very beautiful. He also wears so much of, ornaments and everything, beautifying, his body. So whatever that Lord Narayana has as his form, they also get that. When they really get this sarshti moksha. So that's the out of the 4 kinds, this is the 3rd kind, which is sarshti. Then, sarshti means opulence, full opulence. Full opulence. Now what I was talking about was sarupya. So sarupya means same swarupas, all 4 hands and all the ornaments and everything. He will be like Lord Narayana in most of the ways. Most of the ways, you cannot differentiate even. In fact, that's what happened when Gopakumar, in the Brigad Bhagavatamrta, he was really traveling all the way from the Bhuloka all the way to Goloka. That was his destination, but he did not know what was his Swarupa. So his Swarupa he did not know. But that is why Radharani really asked him to really trace all the way through and then finally reach his destination. His destination, Gopakumar's destination is not Vrindavan. It was Goloka, outskirt of Goloka, where Gopas are living. So sarshti means so much of opulence, but sarupya means same rupya. Sarupya means equal. Sa means equal. See, sa lokya, equal in the same loka. Samipya means, that means nearby, living nearby. Sarshti means full opulence. Sarupya means same identical form. Sarupya. So they are very, very close. They will be really serving directly, kind of, not directly. Actually, in Vaikuntha, one of the things is, only Lakshmi Devi is allowed to serve. So even if we really go and try to serve, you have no way of actually going nearby, because this is totally Vaiti. Actually, Vaikuntha Loka is actually, you can say, Vaiti Loka. Because it's all basically Vaiti Bhakti devotees. They have really reached these Vaikuntha. Okay, all right. So that's what it's really talking about. These 4 kinds of liberation, and there is one more kind of relation which Lord Krishna will not give. Lord Krishna will not will be hesitated to give. He does not want to really give to the real bhaktas, which is Sayujya. Sayujya means merging in Brahmajyoti. This Brahmajyoti, who are all going to be merging there? So-called jnanis, yogis. This is also called Siddhaloka. These Brahmajyoti are called Brahman, which is an effulgence coming from Bhagavan Sri Krishna, who is in Goloka. These people have no idea what it is. These yogis and jnanis, they interpret, oh yeah, Brahma Jyoti is everything. They say, sarvam idam something. There's so many verses are there saying everything is only Brahman. And they even say even Bhagavan comes from Brahman. This is very wrong. They are that way, if they are by doing this, they are actually aparadhis. They become aparadhis. They are doing aparadh. This is not good. This is not good at all. This is called Mayavadi. This is Mayavadi. So even Bhagavan, how can sun come from its sun rays? Sunlight is there. Sunlight is like Brahman, effulgence. That is aura. Aura of Bhagavan is called Brahma Jyoti. Because we also have aura, but we cannot see. Everybody has an aura. So people who really know how to read aura, they will be able to see others' auras like that. Alright? So now, that Brahma Jyoti is, merging in the Brahma Jyoti is called Sayujya. A Krishna devotee will never ever wish to have that, because it is considered as spiritual suicide as per our sampradaya. So this is important to understand. So a Krishna Bhakta has nothing to do with merging in Brahman. That is all those who really the yogis, Ashtanga yogis, jnanis, they are desperate to really go to this and to the Brahma Jyoti, which is also called Siddha Loka. Because all the yogis, they really fond of getting Ashtasiddhis, so they will go there. Okay? So now, we will read 2 more verses today. Then, okay, now we are on text number 31. This is very important. Brahma sayujya muktera taha nahi gati Vaikunda bahire haya tasabhara sthiti. This Brahma sayujya means merging into the Brahman. Brahma sayujya muktera taha nahi gati. What is that thing? Nahi gati for what? Nahi gati means entrance to somewhere. Where? Vaikunda bahire haya. So what that means is, those who attain Brahma Sayujya liberation cannot even think about entering into Vaikunda even. Forget about Goloka and Dwaraka and Saket and this. No way. They have no qualification to even get, even to gain entrance into Vaikunda Loka. This is that bad. But unfortunately, if you see that, people are really, all avatars, like including Ayyavali also, if you see Ayyavali, he is actually ready to really bestow Vaikunda. But now if you see the current Ayyavali, they are talking about Brahman now, merging in Brahman. So many Mayavadis have really come up. But what this is saying is, those who attain Brahmacharya Sayujya liberation cannot gain entrance into Vaikunda. Their residence is out of Vaikunta, all the Vaikunta planets. So they are not really in a high status at all. Actually, it is called spiritual suicide. Because when you really go, get the Brahma Sayujya liberation, then after that you are stuck there. You are really going to really just sleep. That's it, deep sleep. That's what you are going to do. Because you yourself will lose your identity. It's night in the light, like it is in the deep sleep. What do you do? You don't know. What kind of, the bed that you are even sleeping on, where you are, no idea. It doesn't matter. The same way, they are going to sleep only. Deep sleep guys. That is what they do. Om, Om, Om. All Swami Vivekananda, so many people are going crazy, transcendental meditations, everything they do. If you see that, these are all basically all nonsense. Because they are misguided. So their residence is out of Vaikunta planets. And they really merge into this big effulgence, which is Brahman. Now outside the Vaikuntha planets is this glowing effulgence that we are talking about, which is called the Brahmajyoti. That region is called Sittaloka Namatara Prakritira Para Sit Swarupa Tanha Nahi Sit Sakti Vikara. So that region which we are talking about, which is basically the Brahmajyoti, Brahmajyoti is everywhere, but it is predominantly seen outside this Goloka, this the Vaikuntha, and definitely out, they are really far away from the Goloka. But it is everywhere because effulgence is everywhere. But this area which is really above the material dimension, before the spiritual dimension, starting with Sivaloka and then Vaikuntha, Dwaraka, etc. But because below is the material world. In between is visible very predominantly, and that is the place they go and merge there and kill themselves. Okay. So it is like the homogeneous effulgence around the sun. Surya Mandala Yena Bahire Nirvishesha Bitare Suryera Rata Adi Savishesha. It's like a homogeneous effulgence around the sun. But inside the sun are those, the sun gods and chariots and horses and other opulences of the sun god is there, but we cannot see. But that is spiritual dimension. What we are seeing is only the physical aspect of the sun. So here, compared to the effulgence, which is actually the Brahmajyoti, and Bhagavan, who is compared to the sun, is like Brahma Anga Kanditanre, Nirvishesha Brahma. So that means Bhagavan Krishna is like the sun. And the effulgence coming out from his spiritual body is everywhere. Completely everywhere, it's all there. There is no place where the Brahman is not there. But it's visible everywhere. And that effulgence is the Brahmajyoti. Okay? So that's how it's really so far going. Okay? So now we are on text number 34. And maybe one more. So it will round it to 35 today. So as through devotion to the Lord one can attain his abode. Many have attained that goal by abandoning their sinful activities and absorbing their minds in the Lord through lust, envy, fear or affection. See. Okay, so attaining Brahman, merging there is lowest, that is suicide. But now we are focusing on how can we really attain his abode. In this case, what are the abodes that we really have? We have spiritual dimension, that is Vaikuntha. Then we have the Saket, Dwaraka and Madhura. Then Goloka Vrindavan. So these are all his abode. So how we can actually attain any of these abode is depending on our Siddha Deha, and automatically depending on that, how the Bhakti is manifesting, and by doing this spiritual sadhana, one can attain his abode. Many have attained that goal by abandoning their sinful activities and absorbing their minds in the Lord through. This is important. Lust, envy, fear or affection. Because when they are in this material world, they are subjected to this lust, envy, fear, fear or affection. But what the real bhaktas are actually trying to do is they have real affection. But then others are actually maybe having, ribbon with lust, envy and fear. They will have less significant level in the spiritual dimension. So only those who really have this, the love and affection to the highest degree, they will be able to really go to the abode accordingly. So if you have Prema Bhakti, then you are talking about Goloka Vrindavan. If you are talking about Vaiti Bhakti, you are talking about reaching Vaikuntha. And if you have no Bhakti, only Jnana and yogi, then you will be entering into this Sayujya Mukti, which is Brahmajyoti.